my name is Lucy Greenberg, and I want to invite you to spend a few minutes with us today as we explore the troubles and challenges of patriarchy and how it affects not only professors but also students in all stages of life in public universities. We're going to interview a few different people throughout Texas Tech University today to see how this problem with, say, has affected University with Dr. Keene. And Dr. Keene, I was wondering, could you describe and define patriarchy for us and tell us why it needs to change?
Sure. Patriarchy is a system of inequality organized around gender categories and is shaped by passive least resistance. The main elements of patriarchy are that it is male-dominated, male-identified, male-centered, and control-obsessed. Patriarchy puts issues of power and domination at the center of human existence. It is a system that we all participate in, but because of this, we have the opportunity to change it. We need to change patriarchy because it is seen as normal in society and encourages men to have a sense of entitlement in relation to women. It is all about exercising control over others and promotes violence and oppressive relationships, and this should not be the case.
Thank you. I'm back here with Dr. Keene at Texas Tech University, and I was wondering, Dr. Keene, can you tell us a story or anything you would have to show us how patriarchy has affected you in the workplace?
Patriarchy has made a huge impact on my life. As a professor at Texas Tech, I earn much less than the male professors here who have the same schooling I have had. The average pay for a male professor at Tech is about $60,000, while the average female professor earns a little more than $42,000. Women make up 42% of Texas Tech's faculty, and they receive half of the pay of male professors. The average female administrator makes $56,000, or half of the $105,000 earned by the average male. That is blatant patriarchy, if you ask me, because this shows that only men are privileged in society and in the workplace.
Very interesting story. Would you have any closing thoughts for us, just anything in general, regarding patriarchy?
Women already have to deal with a lot, considering they are sexually objectified and dehumanized by men on a daily basis. They are seen as objects, not individuals. The sexual objectification of women maintains male supremacy, which is directly tied to patriarchy and leads to violence.
Very interesting. Thank you for your time, Dr. Keene. So I'm here with a student from Texas Tech University now, and I was just wondering, tell me, why is it important, do you think, that people need to be informed of patriarchy?
I'm not even really sure what patriarchy is. They aren't women pretty equal?
Well, students need to be informed of what patriarchy is so that they can understand what needs to change. Nationwide, only 36% of college faculty is women, which we need to help increase so that feminine students have more mentors. Feminists aren't bra-burning, hairy-legged, man-hating lesbians. Feminists are women in support of women in power and women with strength.
Wow, that's so interesting. I want to become more involved in helping women be empowered.
Hi, I am now here with a student from Texas Tech University who is a grad student and a member of the Honors College here. And ma'am, I was wondering if I could just ask you a question. That being, what kind of dangers and threats do you think patriarchy poses in public universities?
In public universities and inside and out, I think that women are discriminated against inside the workplace. It has to do with pay and men seeing women as sexual beings inside and outside of the workplace. So they assume that it's okay to treat women as they are inferior to them, and so this puts them in danger every single day at work and as women engage with their male co-workers.
Very interesting. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I'm now here with Dr. Critter, professor here at Texas Tech University, and I wanted to get a take on a male's perspective. What do you think are the dangers if patriarchy is not addressed?
I believe if this issue isn't addressed, then we would go on living our lives like we have since the very beginning of human life. Who cares if men put on a projection of being tough? They will continue to be violent because men think they must show that they are not weak. People must realize the violence has been gendered masculine, and that's why men continue to put up numbers like 85% of murders, 90% of assaults, and 99% of rapes. At this point, patriarchy violence is talked as a gender issue. I don't care how much you want this to change, patriarchy is here for a reason, and it makes society work.
Interesting take. Well, that was an interesting interview with Dr. Critter. Personally, I think it's a little strange because it's 2011 and I think it is time for a change. If people were more open-minded, we could start a change and women could start being more in power. What positive outcomes may occur if this issue is addressed? We'll continue to ask more interviewees. Hi, I'm now here here with another student from Texas Tech University, and I wanted to ask you a question. What positive outcomes do you think would happen or take place if patriarchy was addressed?
Well, would that make women more powerful?
Yes, and if this issue is addressed, more people will become aware of the patriarchy and the oppression it causes women. If and when this issue is addressed, more people will start making a change and not following the path of least resistance. Women will have a better chance of becoming something in the workplace, and there would be no discrimination on women, and that is why it is so important for this issue to be addressed. Dr. King, how would you say that patriarchy personally affects you?
Well, I had a good friend who worked for a private company for 5 years, and she really wanted a promotion. She would work extra hours when her boss needed it and went out of her way to help the company. She even used a few of her vacation days to continue working because the company did not have enough people scheduled. Another male employee really wanted the promotion but did not do anything out of the ordinary and just expressed his desire to the boss. This other employee and my friend were both qualified for the promotion and had similar resumes. But when it came down to it, my friend did not receive the promotion and the other employee did. She could not grasp why she didn't get promoted, and upon asking her boss, he said another individual was more cut out for the job.
That is very interesting and quite troubling, but thank you for sharing that with us. I'm back here with a grad student from Texas Tech University, and I want to ask you one more question. Why do you think patriarchy should matter to your peers?
I'd say it's important to my peers because we need to make a change. 99% of working women describe equal pay as equal work as an extremely important aspect of their job to them. Almost one-third say their current job does not provide equal pay for equal work. There needs to be an equal effort for women to get equal pay when performing the same job skills as males in the workplace.
Well, thank you for taking time with us today to interview these different people at Texas Tech University. I hope that this has been an enlightening and informative service and announcement for you, and I hope that these things will stay in your mind as you consider how patriarchy affects all of those involved in public universities and how we can be a part of changing this.